Hey, it's Chris here from Bass Home Inspection. So I want to talk about this wind mitigation issue that keeps coming up, particularly with one client that we have. So I did a lot of videos about this prior to April 1st, that a new wind mitigation form's coming. Be prepared. It's going to be big changes. However this form was designed, it is what it is. So now you have to have site-specific documentation. And, a lot of these clients just don't understand this. And, your custom is not always right, so you got to listen. You have to listen. Listen to the experts. We're the experts. We're trying to advise and help you out. But if you don't want to listen and you only want to hear what you want to hear, I can't help you. So with this, I've lost my patience with one client. I'm done taking his phone calls, his emails, his text messages about this one problem that he just doesn't want to hear. He just doesn't want to listen to how to resolve this issue. And I'm going to explain it to you. So it's about the secondary water resistance. So here's my computer, right? So right here is the form prior to April 1st, 2026. So here's secondary water resistance. It's number 6. So there's 3 categories. Basically, the first category is you either have a self-sealed membrane product, you have no SWR, which is secondary water, or it's unknown or undetermined. So what does that mean? That means the first one means that we see peel and stick, we touch it, we see it's tacky, we take a picture of it, we say it's there. The second one means you don't have any self-seal membrane. The third one means we can't identify it, we can't see it, the sheathing's too tight, we just can't see it. So then you get unknown, undetermined. So I don't know what the actual savings is on a homeowner's policy, but every savings is a big one. So let me show you 2026. This is April 1st. So it's number 8. Sealed roof deck, secondary water resistance. See how this changed? So let's zoom in a little bit. A is sealed roof deck, also called SWR. So you get all these different options here, and there are 4 options under A. Fully adhere polymer modified bitumen roofing underlayment complying with ASTM D1970. See that right there? That's the big one. So what that means is that's the rating for the peel and stick that's on your house. And then there's other. You have tape over roof deck. There's membranes. There's felt paper. And then right here, there's no sealed roof deck. And then C is unknown or undetermined. What does that mean? Well, that means you either have it or you don't. You can see it or you can't. Or if you have these other forms of membranes, you have to provide site-specific documentation. And some people just can't comprehend this. It's like, well, I had it on my house didn't change. No, of course your house didn't change. The form changed. I didn't write the form. We have to comply with it. The state wrote the form. It's the Office of Insurance Regulation. It's Wind Mitigation Form 1802. If you have a problem with this, contact your legislature. Argue with them. Because the fee for a wind mitigation, I'm not married to you for the rest of my life. I mean, customer service only goes so far. And this constant demanding because you don't listen is just irritating. So how did I get my documentation? Let me show you. Well, for one, I made a phone call. Who did I call? I called Westfall Roofing. That's who installed the roof of my house. The blacked out area is my property address. I don't need to post it. If you want to find it, go ahead, have at it. So right here it says specifically, the roofing system was installed in accordance with the applicable manufacturer specification and Florida product approval. So what does the first one say? Underlayment. Tri-built peel and stick. What's the rating? ASTM D1970. Oop, my computer just blanked out. Let me refresh that. That wasn't fun. So right there is the rating. So my roofer put down the rating. What's these other ones? So Florida product approval. Then we have the roof covering. So the Florida product approval doesn't say the ASTM D. You have to find that. And then right here is Florida product approval. That's for the roof covering material. So there is the letter. That's a letter from my roofing company. So when I do my wind mitigation again on my house and I see that I have peel and stick, there's no way for me to identify what rating peel and stick that is. Now I have proof. Where's the proof? Documentation. It's really that simple. So on these two, here's the old one. Here's the new one. You need site-specific documentation. It says it all throughout the wind mitigation. So this particular client, just being he's being a real jerk. He actually, conversation got a little heated, because I've about had enough of this guy. And he asked me if I was from Massachusetts. So I guess people from Massachusetts have an attitude. Well, I got to tell you, I'm from Long Island. I got a bigger attitude because I'm not putting up with this nonsense. Now, I know he's from the Midwest, so I didn't throw back at him. Are you from the Midwest? Aren't you supposed to be nice? So it's just so stupid. Bottom line is, pay attention, listen. Maybe somebody knows something that you don't know. We're trying to teach you. But again, it's a small fee for this inspection, and you can only call me so many times about this. I'm not an open dictionary for you or encyclopedia. It just doesn't work like that. You paid for your inspection, you got your report. If you don't have what you need, then fix it. I don't know what to tell you. My house has everything I need. The only thing I don't have in my house is Florida building code because the year it was built. We predate Florida building code, but this is absolutely ridiculous. I've been preaching about this, videos, countless postings, that this is what you need. For all you curious people out there, don't worry about the company. Worry about what they wrote in here. The company is saying this is what we installed at this property address. Site-specific documentation. It can't get any simpler than that. So, one last thing. If you got SWR credit on your previous wind mitigation, you're going to lose it on the new one because you need to verify the actual product approval. It's just a requirement that they came out with. It's not in your permit system. It could be, but it usually isn't. You have to get it from the actual installer. So to avoid all of this aggravation, and I'm hanging the phone up on these people. I'm over this stuff. We run a business, but it only goes so far with the nonsense, and then you want to be a smart ass and all this other stuff. Bye. I don't care. I don't pay an exorbitant amount for homeowners insurance because I know what I'm doing. I took care of my home, and I advise everybody. You don't want to listen? Don't listen. Pay more money for homeowners insurance. I personally don't care. I care that I do my job right and I give the right advice. But anyway, that's it. Long video. Hope you watch it. Learn something from this. Read these forms. Learn how to read it. They are a little tricky, but once you understand it, it makes sense. Same thing with these code books. So I have the code books. They're almost written like cryptically until you read it and then you understand, oh, all right, they make sense. So it is what it is. Have a great day, Southwest Florida. If you need this stuff done, call Bears Home Inspection. We'll help you out. If you're going to keep calling with stupid questions, call the other guy. Have a great day.